So the retail store that you see behind me, this was started back in July 27th of 2015 out of our third-story two-bedroom apartment. We started our retail store the same time that we started Wholesale Universe. And as you can see, it's under construction right now. I'm pretty sure you can see the boards that are down there on the floor. It's because we had a scissor lift in here. We were putting brand new LED lights in here. And we've got stuff pushed to the side right now. And this is part of growing your retail store. Now, a retail store or a boutique is not for everybody. Okay, I understand that not everybody wants to run a boutique or build their own retail store. Some people just don't want to do the work required. Some people don't want to manage the overhead. For us particularly, we do. And if you are a large reseller, if you have a lot of products on Amazon or Poshmark or Mercari, or if you're holding a lot of inventory in your house, at some point understand that you could get to a point where you could manage a retail store. And the reason I say that is because we didn't always have this much inventory in here. We've got thousands of pairs of shoes in here, thousands of pieces of clothing, and we've got even more in the back in the warehouse. And this all started, like I said, in a third-story, two-bedroom apartment. And we've grown it to here. Now, growing this retail store is not easy. Like right now, we've had it shut down for 2 days in a row, but it's so we can add on and build on to the retail store. Like I said, we're adding lights inside of here. We've even added new products that we didn't always have. We're buying from a separate supplier. We're also, on the back wall, cutting out a hole and adding an entire other portion to our retail store that will also second as a classroom inside of here. But we're wanting to grow and build this retail store. Like I said, folks, this all started out of a third-story, two-bedroom apartment. We were originally selling these products that you see behind me in the store. I know we've kind of got it pushed to the sides because we're doing construction, but the same products that you see behind me, we were selling them out of an apartment and inviting people on Facebook to come over to our apartment and shop. And we had our apartment set up like this. Okay, our apartment was set up like a retail store. I had, shoes on the cabinets. I had bedding that we have over here. I had bedding on the bed. I had bedding on the washer and dryer. I had bedding on the kitchen sink. I had some clothes that were hung up inside of the house on the curtain rods going around. There was my apartment looked like a retail store. And that's where it started. So it didn't always start inside of here. So when you look at it and you're like, man, I don't know if I'll ever be able to get to that point. Understand that I didn't think 4 years ago that I would be to this point now. I didn't have that long-term vision in front of me. But we got here slowly but surely. I didn't try to do this all overnight. Okay, there were some points where we tried to jump hurdles. They were unjumpable at that point, but I didn't try to do this overnight. So what I would tell you is if you're wanting to grow a retail store, slow down a little bit. Start selling out of your apartment first. Then, while you're selling out of your apartment or you're selling out of your house or the house that you're renting, use your spare bedroom. Use your garage. Okay? Use your own room. Use your closet. That's what we still have products at our house right now in our closet, even though we have this huge warehouse. Okay? Use some extra space that you have at your house and pack it out. Okay? Because before you get a retail store like we have here, you want to make sure that you can do a couple things. One, you want to make sure that the profit that you're making can go back, the profit that you're making in your house right now or in your apartment. You want to make sure that you have enough money to re-up and buy more inventory. You want to make sure that you're making enough money to pay yourself. You want to make sure that you're making enough money to pay all the overhead for your business. And then before you go purchase a building or rent out a building, you want to make sure that you're making enough money to be able to pay for the rent there. Okay, because if you're not making enough money to re-up for more inventory and to pay yourself out and to pay your other business overhead expenses, if you don't still have enough money to pay the rent, you should not be moving into a retail space. Okay, that's what we did. We didn't move into a retail space first out of our apartment complex. We moved into a small storage unit. Okay, it was like $200 per month or $300 per month for it was a pretty large size as a storage unit. I think it was like 8 foot wide by 20 foot long, but we were able to cram a lot of stuff in there, get it out of our apartment, and then for like $250 to $300 per month, we were able to see, does this work? Can we afford this extra $300 per month? And when it was a yes, and when we still had money left on top of that, that's when I went out and found our first small boutique. And it was like a boutique / warehouse. It was a total of 1,250 square foot. And so a fraction of this retail store that you see right here. Okay, so we had a small retail store portion on the front, and on the back we had like a bay door where we held some of our pallets. And then we gradually grew into larger retail spaces. But retail stores aren't going to happen overnight. Okay, you're going to have to work them. You're going to have to work your local population, your local community. You're going to have to run some social media ads. You're going to have to put yourself out there on social media, on YouTube, like you're viewing me right now on YouTube. You're going to have to go meet people in town, pass out some flyers, run some promotionals, heck, even put up a billboard. Okay, I see a lot of people doing that, and they're very successful doing it as well. Okay, collecting names, phone number, and email addresses, and emailing people out. These are all ways that you could be using to grow your retail business. All right, so a retail store. Don't let people tell you that retail is dying. Okay, I've got a retail store here that's doing very, very well here in Longview, Texas. All right, there are retail stores that are going out of business, but have always been retail stores that are going out of business. So as long as you have an incredible product with an incredible offer and you offer incredible customer service, you're going to be fine in the retail space. All right, so don't discount out or count out having a retail store or a boutique. We have one. It works very well. And everything that we can't send to Amazon or Poshmark or Mercari, we put right here inside of this retail store and sell, and it sells very well, and that's what I would recommend you doing as well. All right, see you on the next video.